Are we live? Yes, we are. Perfect, perfect. Hi, Atharv. Good evening, guys. Doing all okay? All good? Beautiful, beautiful. So, what do we have today? So, we've already looked at the two easy sets from CAT 2025 slot 1. Today, we're going to look at the easy set from CAT 25 slot 2. Yes. So, CAT 25 slot 2 also had a very good mix of sets. Yes. Some were doable, some were, close to skippable, and some were definitely skippable. That's basically the composition of any paper that you pick up. But then the doable varies. The doable sets depends upon that particular year's paper, right? So let's have a quick look at the set that I have brought today. Yeah. Shall we start? Let's go. Let's have a quick look at this. So this set is called Papers and Authors. This set is going to deal with some charts, Venn diagrams and distribution. Now you can ask me, sir, I have not done Venn diagrams yet. Will I be able to understand this? Of course, yes. Yeah. Despite you not doing Venn diagrams, if you know distribution, if you know how to get the data from charts, that's way more than sufficient. And I know by now, most batchers have already gone through all of this. Yes. Hi, Nishant. Amazing, amazing. Yes. More energetic, eh? Nice, nice, nice. Let's go. Let's go. So are you ready to see the set? Yeah, let's go. So this is the set. This is CAT 25. DI based LR. Correct, Atharv. DI based LR. The only importance given to DI in this is instead of giving you the data directly in text or in the form of a table, they have given it to you in the form of a bar graph. That's it, right? In fact, 2 bar graphs. Yes. Okay, all right. Hi, hi, Anjali. I need. How are you supposed to pronounce your own name, man? Okay, let's go, let's go. Let's have a look at this one. The following charts depict details of research papers written by 4 authors. Okay, so we have 4 authors and they have written some research papers. Who are the 4 authors? Arman, Brahan, Chintan, and Devon, which is A, B, C, D. The papers were of 4 types. So basically 4 authors, and they're saying that the papers were of 4 types. There are papers written by single author, 2 authors, 3 authors, and 4 authors. Yeah. The single author basically means what? Papers written only by Arman, papers written only by Brahan, papers written only by Chintan, and papers written only by Devon, right? What about 2 authors? 2 authors would be combination of those, right? Arman and Brahan. Yes, Arman and Chintan, Arman and Devon. B and C, B and D, C and D. So you would get basically 6 combinations of that. Yeah. What about 3 authors? A, B and C, A, B and D, B, C and D, A, C and D. 4 combinations. Yeah. And what about 4 authors? Basically all the 4 people. Done? A, B, C and D. Cool? Yes. Hi, hi Kunal. Hi Samarth. Hi Rashmi. Good night. You mean good evening? My English is very good, but you can't understand. Anjali, do I sound like Sashi Tharoor to you? I'm not even using an accent, man. All right. Anjali, you want me to speak in Hindi? Okay, I will speak in Hindi, but I will speak in English based Hindi. Okay. All right. Perfect. Let's go. That is written by 1, 2, 3 or all 4 of these authors respectively, which we have clearly understood. Alright. No other authors were involved in writing these papers. So apart from these 4, there is no 5th author. No 5th, 6th author, only 4 authors. Alright. So we have 2 bar graphs here. The first bar graph says what? Number of papers by each author. Yes. So Arman has written 5 papers. Brahan has written 8 papers. Chintan has written 12 papers. Devon has written 10 papers. Perfect? Yeah. Same way, on the other side, what we have is bar graph based on the type. Yeah. Single author papers were 10. 2 author papers were 4. 3 author papers were 3 and 4 author papers were 2. Alright. Now this is where this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Yeah, what's the tricky part here? Real simple. Here, if I were to add them up, yeah, 5 plus 8, 13, 25, 35, I am getting the sum as 35. Yes. Here, I am getting 10 plus 14, 17, 19. Why is there a disparity? Why are these two numbers not matching? Can anyone tell me? Anyone who has done Venn diagrams can clearly tell me this. Why is this not matching with this? What will be the actual total number of papers? Think about this. Yeah. So if you look at this particular graph, right? If you look at this particular graph, what is happening here? A paper, any one paper, yes, let's say paper X, can be written by Arman and Brahan both. Both can contribute to it. Correct? However, if a paper is written by single author, can it also be written by 2 authors? No. Can it also be written by 3 authors? No. Can it also be written by 4 authors? No. So what is happening here? These are all unique values, right? These are all unique values, no intersections here. Are you getting this? No intersections here. However, here there is clearly intersection. Yes, there is intersection here. Getting this? So this 19 is the actual number of papers. Yes, this is the actual number of papers. However, this 35 is number of contributions. Got it? 35 contributions given by the authors. I hope you are able to fetch the difference between these two. Yeah. Cool. Perfect. Amazing. And we have some 4 conditions. Now, before we get on with, putting the Venn diagrams and all that, let's have a quick look at the questions to understand, is it exactly what we are thinking? Are they asking what they are thinking? Okay. What was the total number of 2 author and 3 author papers? 2 author and 3 author papers written by Brahan. Total number of papers written by Brahan is 8, but this 8 can include papers written by only Brahan, can include papers written by B and A, B and C, B and D, or it can also include papers written by A, B and C, A, B and D, B, C and D. It can also include papers written by all 4. Since there is an intersection, we cannot directly get it, but we have some conditions to help us with that. Yes, hi Tanishka. Cool. Anjali, if it's going from above you, over you, then the problem is you've basically either not done Venn diagrams yet, or you've not done distribution, or you've not done charts yet. Yeah. So my suggestion would be, if you have a look at that first and then this, you'd understand better. Okay. Let's go. The second question is asking which of the following statements are necessarily true. They're being very specific here, necessarily true. We call this kind of a question as an indefinite question. This is a definite question. This is an indefinite question. Why? Because either one of them is true, or both of them are true, or none of them are true. It would all depend upon the final table that we make. Same way here, again necessarily true, indefinite question. Here, if Devon wrote more than 2 author papers, and then how many 2 author papers did Chintan write? So what is this? This kind of a question is called hypothetical. And a hypothetical question is always the most dangerous one, but it is the most transparent one. Why? Because this is clearly telling us that our arrangement, our bay, will not be complete. It will either be an incomplete arrangement or it would be multiple cases. Got it? Yeah. Why? Because they are giving a condition here. They are saying that Devon wrote more than 2 author papers. That means there could be multiple cases where you have less than 1 and more than 1 possibilities there. So who's in danger now? Devon is in danger and Chintan is in danger. Correct? Devon and Chintan would be in danger. We can predict that beforehand. Clear? Perfect. Yes. For sure, Nishant. Yes, we'll make that. Cool? Let's go. So now that we've understood that we might not be able to get a complete arrangement or we might get multiple cases, let's have a quick look at this. So we've already seen 35 contributions but 19 papers. We've understood the disparity, why these two are not equal. Why these two are not equal. Yes. So technically we would end up making a Venn diagram. If you don't know any better, you would end up making a Venn diagram, correct? You would make a Venn diagram where you would have A. So A is all of this. Yes. All of this is A, which is how many? 5, correct? So A has contributed to 5 papers. B has contributed to 8 papers. C has contributed to 12 papers. And D has contributed to 10 papers. Yes. However, the overall total of this has to be only 19. Cool. Now, what value can you definitely put here? What value do you definitely know? I know for a fact that all 4 papers, A, B, C, D, all 4 authors are how many? 2 papers, correct? 2 papers are written by all the 4. But for the remaining ones, I don't know for sure. I don't know how many authors wrote, how many papers did A wrote. A has written alone. How many paper has B written alone, has C written alone, has D written alone? I don't know. What is the combination of this? But I know the sum of these 4. The sum of these 4 should be how much? 10, because single author papers are 10. Are you getting this? Yes. So if I were to actually look at the values here, A only, B only, C only and D only. These are all only. Yes. A only, B only, C only, D only is supposed to be 10. Same way, 2 authors, which would be which values? This one. AB, AC, AD, BC, BD, CD. Getting this? These 6 values, I know the sum is how much? 4. Yes. Same way for 3 authors, this plus this plus this plus this is going to be how much? 3. And this is 2. So do you think it would be a better idea for us to place variables here? Should I use this Venn diagram, put up variables and solve it with the help of variables? Is that a better idea? Because how many variables are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Out of 15, I know 1. So 14 variables. Do you think 14 variables is a good idea? Yes or no? Definitely not. Yeah. 14 variables is definitely not a good idea. Bad idea. Yeah. So what's the best way to solve this then? What's the best way to solve this? Hi, Nitanshi. Nitanshi, this channel is, yeah, correct, Athar. This channel is an English channel. That's why I am using this particular language. Yes. Please understand that your test, your CAT itself is in English only. Yeah. So the more you get close to this particular language, the better you will be able to understand in the test also. Because in the test, you can't expect there to be someone to announce the question in Hindi or in Tamil or in Telugu or in Malayalam or in Bengali, nothing. Yes, it's going to be in English only. So you have to get used to English. Okay, there's still time, but then I would strongly recommend you stick to this. Okay, cool. So we're not going to do this. Very bad idea. Not going to stick to this. Then what other choice do I have? What choice do I have? I can always go for a table. Yes, I'm shifting from Venn diagrams to distribution. Do you see the shift? The reason why we are shifting? Because too many variables to be dealt with and we don't have the energy for this, right? You need subtitles, Anjali. Do you need subtitles? You can open, you can turn on closed captions if you want, CC if you want, okay? Right. So we're shifting from Venn diagrams to distribution because we don't want to deal with that many variables. 14 variables, too heavy. Okay. So then what do I do with this table? How can I, fetch the values for it? What do I know? I know that the total number of papers is 19. Yes, total number of papers is 19. However, what am I going to put here? Am I going to put the number of papers or am I going to put the number of contributions? You tell me. What can I judge here? A has contributed to how many one author papers, two author papers, three author papers, four author papers, correct? So putting contributions here would make better sense. Yes. So the total number of contributions is 35. A has contributed to 5. B has contributed to 8. C has contributed to 12. And D has contributed to 10. Works? Same way, now if I look at the number of actual papers, what is happening? This is number of papers. This will only add up to 19, correct? But I know that, let's say here 10 papers, each paper has only one author. So can I say this is 10 into 1, 10 contributions? Yes. Here there are 4 two-author papers. So 4 papers, each of the 4 papers will have 2 authors' contributions. So 2, 2, 2, 2. Getting it? So this is 4 times 2, 8 contributions. Feeling this? So 1 author contributions are 10, 2 author contributions are 8. Can you tell me how much would be 3 author contributions? Can you tell me how many would be 3 author contributions, guys? How many 3 author papers? Exactly 3. Exactly 3 papers. Yes. And how many authors in each paper contributing? 3. So 1 paper, 3 authors. 3 papers, 9 contributions. What about 4 authors? There are 2 papers. Each paper has all the 4 authors, A, B, C, D. So this will be how much? 2 into 4, 8. Perfect. So far good? Any confusions here? Done? Perfect. Beautiful. Okay. So this 10 I got it by doing what? 10 into 1. This is how many papers? 4 papers into 2. This is 3 papers into 3. And this is 2 papers, making it to 8. Done? So this is number of papers. Number of papers, and this is number of contribution. Clear? Now add and check. Is it adding up to 35? 10, 18, 27, 35. Perfect. Now is there a disparity? No longer. Is there a mismatch? No. This being 35, this being 19 papers but 35 contributions, check. Cool? Sorted now? Perfect. Alright. So now since we have some conditions, we are going to use those conditions to fill up these cells. Okay. How many cells do I have? 4 into 4. 16 cells I have. I need to fill those up. Right? Shall we start? Let's go. So with this table, what am I sure of? 4 authors will have A also contributing, B also contributing, C also contributing, D also contributing for each of the 2 papers, correct? So can I say A's contribution will be 2, B's contribution will be 2 papers, C will contribute in 2 papers and D will also contribute in 2 papers? Yes? We all agree with this? Each of these is going to be 2 because there are only 2 papers. In both papers ABCD contribution is there. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually the simplest way of doing it. But if you go for the Venn diagrams, you might get involved in too many variables and you don't want that. Correct, Nishan? Done? Alright, perfect. So this is done. Now I have some conditions. I'm going to have a look at the conditions and then decide what's happening. Okay. Each of the authors wrote at least one of each of the 4 types of papers. That means A will have written at least one author paper, at least one 2 author paper, at least one 3 author paper and at least one 4 author paper, correct? Same way for B, same way for C, same way for D. So they're basically trying to tell us, that none of these values is going to be 0. Yes? Can any of these values be equal to 0, guys? Can any of these values be equal to 0? No. Got it? Clear? None of these values can be 0. All of them should be at least 1. Each of these values should be at least 1. So now think about this. I need the total to be 5. I have 2 already. I need 3 more. Yes. And I have 3 empty cells for A. The sum should be 3 empty cells. Can any one of these be equal to 3 and 0, 0? Is it possible? No. Why? None of the values can be 0. Is it possible that this is 2, this is 1 and this is 0? Again not possible. Why? None of these values can be 0. So then the only possibility for A contributing in each of the papers is what? 1, 1, 1. Yes. Perfect. A was the easiest to fill. A was the easiest to fill. Perfect. Beautiful. Very nice. How about B? How about B? What do we have for B? We have 2. I need to fill 6 more. I need to fill 6 more. With 6 I can play around. Yeah. With 6 I can say this is 4, this is 1, this is 1. Is it possible? Possible. With 6 I can say this is 3, this is 2, this is 1. Possible? Possible. I can play around with 6. So high chances of me getting multiple cases here. So I am not going to touch this. Same way for C, same way for D. I can get multiple cases. So I am going to hold out right now. Okay. I am going to wait for it right now. Done? Okay. So this is done. Let's look at the second condition. The 4 authors wrote different numbers of single author papers. Nice. Single author papers. Each of the 4 authors wrote different numbers. So this one cannot be equal to any of these values, which cannot be equal to any of these values, right? So now think about this. 1 plus 1 value, 1 more value should give me how much? 10, correct? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 values, sum should be 10. If this is 1, what can these values be? If I were to take least possible, let me take least possible, right? Because you need to start from somewhere. Let me take the least possible value. If this is 1, can any of these be 1? No. So I'll try taking it as 2. If 1 and 2 is done, then what's the next least value? 3. 1, 2 and 3 is done. What's the next least value? 4. Is this adding up to 10? Yes, it is. 4, 7, 9, 10. Perfect. But is there anything else I can do? Can I reduce any of these values? If let's say if I want to increase this to 5, I'm adding 1. I need to remove 1 to make sure the balance is still 10, correct? So if this is 5, then either this should become 2. Can it become 2? No. Why? Because 2 is already repeated. Or this should become 1. Can it be 1? No, because 1 is already repeated. Can this be 0? No, because 0 is not allowed only. So then the only possibility is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I know that here in this particular row, in this particular column, I need 2, 3 and 4 to come in some order. Perfect. Yes, 2, 3 or 4 should come in some order. Beautiful. Nice. I'll remove this now because I have put up the possibilities. Let's move on. Next, both Chintan and Devon wrote more 3 author papers than Brahan. Yes, 3 author papers, Chintan and Devon, both of them wrote more than this guy. Now, both of them wrote more than this guy. Think about that, okay? These two people wrote more than this. So, these two should be greater than B, correct? This and this should be greater than B. Yeah. Can I use this anywhere just yet? Anything I can put it just yet? Not yet. But I'll keep it in mind that both of these values have to be greater than this. Okay. All right. Moving on. The number of single author and 2 author papers written by Brahan were the same. Nice. The number of single author and 2 author papers written by Brahan were same. So Brahan wrote 1 2 author paper. Sorry. Brahan has written, they are saying these 2 values are equal. These 2 values are equal, they are saying. Both of these should be equal. Yes. Now, can we try something here? The total should be 8. The total of these 4 should be how much? 8. I know one of the values is 2. I know one of the values is 2. And if these both should be equal, now let's think about this. What can be possible, right? If I put 1 and 1, if I try 1 and 1 here, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is done. 4 is pending here, correct? If I put this as 4, if this value is 4, if this value is 4, what will happen? If this value is 4, both of these values should be more than 4. Agreed? If this is 4, both of these should be more than 4. Yes? Is it possible more than 4? No. Why? If this is more than 4, even if I take 5 here and 5 here, it is going more than 9. 5, 10, 14, 15, more than 9. No. This can't be 4. If this can't be 4, then both of these values can't be 1. Correct? Both of these values can't be 1. So then I can try maybe with 2. Yes. If this is 2 and this is 2, 2, 4, 6, this should also be 2. Will this work out? Will this work out? Maybe, maybe. What's the next attempt I can do? I can do 3 and 3. So 3, 6, 8, this will be 0. Can this be 0? No. So then the only possibility is what? This is 2, this is also 2, and this is also 2. Perfect? From here, again, what else do I know? These two values should be greater than 2, correct? This and this should be greater than 2. Out of 9, I already have 3. Out of 9, I already have 3. Remaining is 6. What value can I put which is greater than 2, which will add up to 6? Two numbers should add up to 6, but both of them should be greater than 2. What are the possibilities? I can do 3 and 3. Can I do 4 and 2? No, 2 is not greater than 2, gone. Can I do 5 and 1? No, 1 is not greater than 2, gone. Can I do 6 and 0? 0, any which ways is not allowed. So the only possibility is what? 3 and 3. Done? So both of these should be 3. So 4 author, I know everything about 4 authors. I know everything about 3 authors. Yes. Now I am left with 1, 2, 3, 4. Just these 4 cells. Yeah. Just these 4 cells. Do I have any other conditions left, guys? 2 is done here. This could be 3 or 4. 4 or 3 possible. Out of 8, 3 is already done. I need the total to be 5. I can fill in 5 by doing 1, 4 or 2, 3. 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 1. Possibilities are there. Yes? Perfect. Now, this is where when we analyze the questions, if we go back, when we did the analysis of the questions, what did we say? Who were in danger? Devon and Chintan were in danger. And which papers for them? 2 author papers. Yes, 2 author papers for C and D were in danger. Correct? Have we already gotten to that point? Have we already gotten to this point? Yes, we have. Done. So we are already at a situation where we will get multiple cases. Yes, with C and D and with 2 author papers automatically giving us a problem with the 3 author papers. So we'll make 2 cases. I don't want to make 2 different tables. So I will just make do with 2 tables. Okay. Let's see. If this were 3, if this is 3, what will this value be? 3, 6, 8, 3, 6, 8. Out of 12, if I have 8, how much is remaining? 4 is remaining. So see, 7, 10, 12. Perfect. And if this is 3, if this is 3, then this should be 4. Correct? If this is 4, out of 10, I have how much? 4, 7, 9. So this should be 1. This is one case. Do you agree? If this is 3, this is 4, this will be 4, this will be 1. This is one case. Check, is it adding up to 8? 1, 3, 7, 8. Perfect. Horizontal and vertical, both sums are matching. But this was only one case, no? What's the other case? I'll use a different color. What's the other case? This can also be 4. If this is 4, then this should be 3. If this is 4, out of 12, I have 4, 7, 9. What is pending? 3 is pending. So this could be 3. Out of 10, I have 3, 6, 8. Out of 10, if I have 8, this should be. Now check if it's working vertically also. If the sum is working at vertically also, 1 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 2, 8, it is working. So do I have two cases here? I have two cases only for C and D with one author and two author papers. This incredibly easy. Distribution part incredibly easy. But where was the twist? Us knowing that with this table, right? With this particular table, with this part, we need to know that this is contributions, this is actual number of papers. So we need to either make number of papers from here, which is difficult. So I can find out contributions for here. That is what we did. And now we finally have the final table. Works? Everybody comfortable? So now you tell me, compared to the other sets that we have seen in, CAT, right? PYQs or the kind of sets that we do in class also. Is this difficult? Is this moderate? Or is this actually easy? Right, Nishant, right. The puzzle bit is very simple. You need to understand Venn diagrams. If you know Venn diagrams, then this whole set becomes very easy. You should know Venn diagrams. But you need not solve it using Venn diagrams. I hope you're getting this. Yes? Perfect. Shall we go ahead with the questions then? Let's finish off the questions. Let's go. So we have two cases. Let's go with the questions. What was the total number? What was the total number of 2 author and 3 author papers written by Brahan? Tell me, guys. Exactly, Dexter. That is how most sets from CAT are. Most sets from CAT are like that only. By the first looks of it, we see 2 bar graphs. We think there's so much data to deal with. Then we see conditions. We know that there's some puzzle also involved there. Then we realize it has Venn diagrams. It becomes even more complicated if you don't know when to shift from Venn diagrams to distribution. Okay? Let's go. So, 2 author papers written by Brahan is 2. 3 author papers written by Brahan is also 2. What's 2 plus 2? Do you need a calculator for this? 4 is the answer. Done? Easy? Yes. Moving on to the next one, shall we? Which of the following statements is or are necessarily true? We have to be careful here because we have 2 cases going on. Yes, 2 cases going on. So we have to be careful here. Chintan wrote exactly 3 2-author papers. So exactly 3 2-author papers. Did Chintan write exactly 3 2-author papers? In one case, yes. But in the other case, yeah. In one case, yes, Chintan has written exactly 3 2-author papers. But in the other case, no, Chintan has not. He's written 4. So is this necessarily true? No. This need not be necessarily true. Sometimes it's false, sometimes it's true. We don't want this. So I am going to remove off option C because it's saying both 1 and 2. So 1 is true, it is saying. And I'll remove option D also because it's saying only 1 is true. Now let me look at the second one. Okay. Chintan wrote more single author papers than Devon. Chintan wrote more single author papers than Devon. In this case, it is true. Chintan wrote 4 single author. Devon wrote only 3 single author. But in this case, is it true? No, it's false. So again, this one is sometimes false, sometimes true. But I need an option that is, I need a statement that is definitely true. So this is also gone. My answer is option A, neither 1 nor 2. Works? Cool. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go. Third question. Which of the following statements is or are necessarily true? Just like the previous question. So we go statement by statement. confirm, eliminate options that cannot work out, and then keep the ones that work out. Okay. Arman wrote 3 author papers. So they're saying Arman wrote 3 author papers only with Chintan and Devon. Huh? Arman wrote 3 author papers only with Chintan and Devon. Oh, this one is a little tricky, yes. The second one says Brahan wrote 3 author papers only with Chintan and Devon. Are we lost at this stage? Should we go back to the statements and see if we missed some statement? No, we have not missed any statement. We have taken into consideration all the statements. So what do we have to do to answer this question? We need to understand the table that we have, correct? So if I look at 3 author papers, how many 3 author papers are there? 3 papers, correct? 3 papers, 9 contributions. So 3 papers are there. Paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3. Okay. What do I know? I know that Chintan has contributed in all the 3 papers. Chintan has contributed in all the 3. So Chintan will have contributed in all the 3. Yes. What about Devon? Devon has also contributed in all the 3. Correct? Devon has also contributed in all the 3. So Devon has contributed here also, here also, here also. Out of 3 authors, this is 3 authors, correct? Out of 3 authors, I already know 2 authors. One author is pending. Who is that pending guy? A has contributed in only 1 paper. A has contributed in only 1 paper. A has not contributed here. A has not contributed here. B has contributed in 2 papers. Which would be the 2 papers? Obviously not this, because we already have 3 authors done. It has to be here and here. Correct? 3 authors done. 3 authors done. Now verify. A's contribution only once. B's contribution twice. C's contribution 3 times. D's contribution also 3 times. Works? Cool? So now I can answer this question. So we need to understand Venn diagrams properly. We need to understand Venn diagrams properly to be able to answer this question. Okay, so let's see if we can answer the first one. Arman wrote 3 author papers only with Chintan and Devon. Yes. Arman has written it only with Chintan and Devon. Arman has not written it with B. With Brahan, he has not contributed in 3 author papers. So is this true? Yes. So I can eliminate option B, option A. What's the second statement? Brahan wrote 3 author papers only with Chintan and Devon. Is that also true? Yes. Brahan has written only with Chintan and Devon. Brahan has only written with Chintan and Devon. Got it? So this is also true. That means I can eliminate this option also. My answer is option D. Yeah, Nishan, that happens, man. That happens. Because see, when you're in the test, right, when you're writing a test, there is an untold pressure on you. A pressure that you might not, people might not discuss it, but there will always be. How much ever practice you do, how many ever mocks you give, the day you go and write the test, you will always have some anxiety. Yeah, some jitter, some pressure. Yes. Under that pressure, if you're able to manage to answer this question, that's amazing. Okay. So what's the answer? Option. Perfect. Yeah. Technically, what they're saying is A, B, C. There is no such papers, no papers where A, B, C have contributed. Only A, B, C have contributed. A, B, D, no such papers exist. Clear? Moving on. Now, the last question, the 4th question was what? It was a hypothetical question. That means out of the 2 cases, we need to choose one. Okay. If Devon wrote more than 2 author papers. Devon is here, 2 author papers are here. So we're looking at this. They're saying Devon wrote more than 2 author papers. Can he write 1? No. He's written 2 author papers. If this is happening, we are looking at the second case, correct? Everywhere we are looking at the second case. First case is gone. We're looking at the second case. Now let's see if we can answer the question. How many two author papers did Chintan write? Chintan, two author papers, how many? So what's the answer? 3 would be the works. Yes. No issues. Yas Gaming, no issues, man. Don't worry. You can watch the recording also, chill. RC question integrated, yeah, kind of, yes. You look at the options and then you identify, yes. Yeah, if something happens in your brain, then the brain is working. No, if nothing is happening in your brain, then it is problematic. Something should happen in your brain. That's how brains work, okay? So relax. Done? All right. So with this, are we done with this set? Was it a good set? Yes. Is it a solvable set in the exam? Yes. Should you have, had you given this particular paper, should you have written that, taken that set? Yes. But the problem is, in most papers that I have seen, this set came at the last. This particular set came at the last but one set. Now when that happens, when the set is not the very first set, eventually you don't pick up because your strategy is going wrong. Yes, you're not strategizing the way you take your paper. Normally what people do, they get to the DILR section, whichever first set they get, they start working on it without analyzing the paper. You have to give some time to analyze the paper because out of 5 sets, you will definitely come across 2 sets that are surely doable, like these ones. Then you will find 1 or 2 more sets that are moderately complicated, and there will be that one set that needs to be skipped. Yes, we have found the one set that must be done in the test. Cool? Second round, any set is second round solve, man. Atharv and Cat, any set is second round solve. Simple as that. Understand this. You always have to give equal chances to all the 5 sets. Then choose which one you are more comfortable with and then pick that, okay? Dexter, yes, but by practice. The more you practice, the more practice you do for the sets and the more number of mocks you give, you'll start getting used to the strategy there, okay? Anjali, okay, first things first. This one set took whom 1 hour to solve? Me? No, despite me explaining every single thing, despite me taking time to explain every single value to you, it only took me 42 minutes. Explaining why this is bar, how to get the data from bar graphs, explaining every single condition, explaining every single reason why there is this value, it still took us only 42 minutes and answering all the questions. Yes, if you were to give this in the test, it should not take you more than 12 minutes, 10-12 minutes maximum. Yeah. And also you've gotten your fact wrong. There are no 100 questions in CAT. You're talking about some random test. It's not CAT that you're talking about, okay? For sure, man, Nishant, for sure we will. Kunal, you know I cannot forget you guys, right? You were there with me when I was at the lowest. Yes, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm one of those guys who cannot show it. I'm one of those guys who cannot constantly text or reply to messages. But I know you guys by name, by face, by heart, okay? Yes. I think now it has opened, Varsha. I think now it has opened. You can now send messages in this group. So this is the link of the group, guys. You can scan this QR code or you can just search for this. The group is now open. You can send messages. But I think last time it got blocked. You were not allowed to send messages because of some unnecessary things happening in the group. Okay. See if you can please avoid that. If someone else is also doing, please don't indulge with them. Please don't encourage them. The more you respond to it, the more you fight with them, no, the bigger this whole scene happens, right? So avoid doing that. Okay. Done? Perfect, perfect. You're not able to send images and files? Okay, I'll check with the team. The team is handling the group now, not me. So I'll check with them. I'll ask them to enable that also. Okay? Perfect. No, I think some of them have sent images. Please check. Maybe you're trying to send a PDF or something. That's why it's not working. Many of them have sent images. Yeah, please check now. Okay. Perfect. So done. Thank you so much guys for being a part of the session. We will continue the series till we finish all previous year questions so that you are perfectly prepared, perfectly ready for your CAT 2026. Done? Alright. Neeru, yeah, please watch this as a recording. Okay. Please watch this as a recording. Germany versus Portugal kickoffs at 10. Solve DPP or watch them. Confused. Dexter, I think you have to, at this stage, you have to make a choice. Yes. 4 years down the line, 5 years down the line, there will be another World Cup. So maybe then you can show your contribution when you are in a very comfortable, cushy job after you've done your MBA from the Dream B school. Okay. Also, you can always watch. You don't have to sit and spend all 90 minutes watching every single, ball being touched, right? Rather, shift to watching highlights. I am a football fan myself, so I'm not going to, skip watching it. But I cannot spend the amount of time that I would spend to watch that whole match. I might as well could just watch the highlights of it and maybe help you guys crack CAT this year, okay? Anjali, then you are at the wrong place. Please go to the other channel. Just yesterday I have done a set there. You can go watch that. I have spoken proper Hindi there, okay? Done? Go ahead, Atharv. You can do it. Yes. Varsha, I think, yeah, because we are done with logical reasoning in Pioneer English. We have already started with data interpretation. Maybe after, 2 or 3 more lectures, you can start giving proper full length test. Right now, start testing yourselves. Start giving sectional test or start giving topic wise test. That way you will remember what we have done already in logical reasoning. Okay. And every now and then if you feel a little bit confident, give it. Yeah, but please make sure if you come across a set that you've not already learnt about, yeah, try skipping it, try focusing on the other ones that you know, and don't get demotivated, demoralized when you look at the score. Don't ignore the score at this stage. Too early to be looking and tracking the score. Focus more on the analysis of it. Okay? Done? Hey, Dexter. I know what you're going through, man. I'm going through the same feeling. Yeah, but it's a very, very tough choice. I know that. Yes, I know that. Yeah. Done. All right. Let's go. Dexter, Portugal. Let's go. Cheers, guys. Bye, bye, bye. Thank you so much. Tata.